So, Black Ops 4 was supposed to be this huge, beautiful masterpiece of a game. After Black Ops 2 and 3 were seemingly perfect, we thought Black Ops 4 was going to be the next big thing for years to come. But here we are. It's December 17th, 2019 as of right now. The game came out over a year ago, and it is widely thought of as the worst COD Zombies game ever. Worse than World at War, which is essentially the weakest installment. And I just want to know, where did this all go wrong? What happened? Because Black Ops 3 was a masterpiece. It was amazing. The devs were at an all-time high. The community was at an all-time high. All the DLCs were amazing. Zombies Chronicles was something that has never happened in video game history, and it happened, and it was just so good. I'm getting chills just thinking about how good of a game Black Ops 3 was and how good the community was. And here we are. The community in the game is seemingly dead, and it's like, where did we go wrong? So I think there's a handful of reasons of why this game failed, and I hate saying it failed because I do enjoy it. It's not awful, like it is playable, but it is the weakest installment of Call of Duty Zombies, which is really unfortunate. I'm not hating, it's just how it is. Now, without further ado, let's get right into this. So the first reason I think Black Ops 4 Zombies failed personally is that they changed unnecessary things. Now, there's just a bunch of stuff in Black Ops 4 that didn't need to be changed at all. Just to know if you'll do the point system, they changed it to where you get less points, or at least it looks like you get less points. It's just very unappealing. It's weird, like every shot isn't worth a point. It's like every couple shots, and then like headshots are 40, and knifing, and there's no difference between knifing and shooting zombies for the kill. You used to get double the points for knifing, and it does not do that anymore, and it's just really weird. And the second thing they changed it didn't need to was the perk system. Now, I respect this innovation because it was cool and it was something that Treyarch really took a risk on. It's unfortunate it didn't work out, but I just don't enjoy it. It's something they did not need to change. They could have kept the Black Ops 3 one and everything would have been fine. Now, coming in at number 3, we have the zombie/player movement, which is like the zombies that kind of just run at you like sprint, and their heads just like barreling down, and they're really hard to hit. That's why when people grind for XP and stuff, they play on casual, because the zombies move slower, and it's easier to get headshots, because that's how hard it really is to hit these zombies. And then for some reason, Treyarch or like COD devs like to prevent the stuff that we find fun. That's not like as an insult or anything. Like, I remember back when COD Ghost was coming out and they eliminated quickscoping in like quotations, because whatever, they said that they want to prevent the player from quickscoping, and it's like, why do you want to take away such a big asset of the game? And one of the Treyarch devs before Black Ops 4 came out said, we want to take away bunny hopping, and that just destroys the movement. I don't know if you guys know what bunny hopping is, but once you slide jump, and you pick up momentum, and you can just run around the map really fast. And in Black Ops 4, they took that away. Like, you could slide jump, but you lose momentum, and it just feels really clunky and gross, and I just don't know why they changed it. Also, they added specialists, but I like that. That's a good thing, I guess. Like, it's cool. I mean, it makes it less unique to the maps, because you have the same specialist on every map, but it's a cool system. I don't really mind it. Also, they changed the Gobblegum system to Elixir, which they didn't need to do, but it's okay, because I understand they had to change some stuff. They just changed a lot of unnecessary things. Now, coming to number 2, we have negative community reception, and that's not like completely on the community, because the stability of this game was terrible. There was blue screens, the game just didn't run good, they weren't advertising it, it was just kind of a mess. But I feel like the community should take some of the blame, because the day this game came out, the zombies community was relentless. They were just taking shots like, this game's ass, they took away our crutch perks, it crashes, it's awful, it's not Black Ops 3, I'm done. And then like people were telling other people to quit, and it kind of just avalanched from there. But it's, you know, at fault of the community and the devs. You know, I'd say it's a nice 50-50. It's just something that didn't work out. But I definitely think negative community reception really hurt this game. But you can't really like identify what caused it, because yes, the game wasn't that great in general, but the community also was not that open-minded with these changes and was like, what are you guys doing? Now, coming to number 3, Aether had no new content at all. Yes, this is a new storyline, and yeah, that's a little bit of a stretch, but every single Aether map on this game was a remaster or a reimagining of somewhere we've been already, which was cool. You know, Camp Edward, Alpha Omega, that's like pivotal to the storyline, and Camp Edward is huge, and it's cool to see Nuketown reimagined, but you know, that map just gets old so quick, because we've been there before. We've been there for whatever, how many years the game's been out, 8 or 7 years. We've seen Nuketown Zombies, and then Tog der Toten, we've seen that in Black Ops 1, and then Blood of the Dead is Mob of the Dead, and then Classified is 5. Yes, these are all cool reimagines, but we don't need them. We want new content. we want new storyline info. Now, the storyline, yes, it was pushed forward, but it was also a break off from the cycle, so it was a little confusing. But I just feel like if we had a new Aether map, it'd be really, really awesome, because we haven't had a new Aether map since Garad Krovi, and that's summer 2016, so it's going to be more than 4 years before we get a new Aether map, if we get an Aether map in BO5 that's original. But yeah, I feel like we needed some new Aether maps, and it just didn't really happen. Now, I don't blame them, because Chronicles did so good, and Black Ops 3 was so good, so they planned this out from the beginning, and there's nothing they could really do to change it. But like, Revelations was also just a huge remaster, and I feel like Treyarch, I get it's hard to make new content for Aether, because they've been making it for 10 years, or 12 years at this point. But, you know, I feel like we would have just preferred if we had new Aether maps instead of reimagines. Now, coming in at number 4, we have Chaos having an awkward start and a great finale. Like, I feel like Chaos just came in at the wrong time, and I feel so bad, because to launch Black Ops 4, it was just a mess, because you're trying to launch with 2 storylines, 2 completely separate universes, and you want people to follow the story of both while everybody's Easter egg hunting for different maps, and it was just a huge mess. And I feel like the Chaos maps kind of got shafted, because, you know, the main hardcore fan base really cared about Aether and what was going to happen in Blood of the Dead, and it was just weird, because we didn't care for these Chaos characters at all. We don't really know why they're here or where they come from. Like, we did, but it wasn't all that interesting. And then Dead of the Night comes out with no marketing, and it's a prequel to those maps, so it's like, really, this Chaos storyline is just not going well right now. And then Ancient Evil was literally a masterpiece, and it was a great map, and I could say it is the only truly good Chaos map in my opinion. That is totally subjective. I know it's not. I know a lot of people like Dead of the Night and 9 and even Voyage, but for me, Ancient Evil is like a masterpiece in disguise, and it is so much better than all the other Chaos maps. And it sucks. It really sucks, because right when Chaos was, you know, trending upward, and this game is doing great, and Ancient Evil is amazing, we get slapped in the face by a reimagined Aether map that underperformed, so that just killed Black Ops 4. I feel like if DLC 1 through 4 was just Chaos, it would have been a lot better, and then they could have fleshed out a full ending of the Aether storyline in Black Ops 5, and every single Black Ops 5 map could have been Aether, and they could have really, really fleshed it out and dug into it, and it could have been really, really awesome. But instead, we got this rushed product that was really half and half, and it was just kind of weird. And now, coming at number 5, this one is going to be very controversial. The ending was bad. Now, I don't know how to explain it. I don't hate this ending, and it's good storytelling. You could tell Treyarch put a lot of passion behind it, but there's no rewarding feeling. Like, I'm going to compare it to the Avengers movies. In Avengers Infinity War, they lose everything. You watch half of our heroes die, and the heroes that are alive lost everything, and it's like, wow, I have that really, really empty feeling. And then in Endgame, you see them come back and, you know, kill the main villain, and it's awesome, and like, they get to celebrate even though Tony Stark dies. That's still a small price to pay for salvation. So it's just weird how all of our characters that we grew up, you know, playing as died in the most brutal, disgusting, like, they bled out of their fucking mouths and were poisoned to death. And then the only 2 characters to survive are the children. Don't get me wrong, it's good. They sacrifice themselves for the children. That's great character, and, you know, they're good people. But I think we would rather see our original crew survive and kill Monty and, you know, live in a clean, happy universe instead of all of them dying, because all of them dying really makes no one happy. You know, I think it's still a good ending, but it's just not what we needed, especially after that DLC season. But I guess it kind of is a metaphor for Black Ops 4, because at the end, it's dead, and all of our characters are dead, and it's disappointing, but these are my opinions and objective facts, or whatever you want to say. This is why I think Black Ops 4 Zombies failed. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'm sorry for posting a lot of Zombies Chronicles 2 and Black Ops 5 videos, because I understand those are very controversial, and I'm talking about things that are always set to change and nothing's set in stone or confirmed, so I could be spreading some false information. I just want you guys to know that I don't mean to do that. It kind of just happens, because when I get excited and hear information, I just start spitfiring into Audacity and then I edit it and stuff, and it kind of just happens. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.